guys, this is the Giant Trance. It's 27.5-inch wheels. It's a 2x10, so it's got 2 gears at the front and 10 at the rear. Come in here, there's the 2 gears there, and front shifter. And then you've got the cassette at the back with the 10 gears. It's using the SLX Shimano gear shifter and Dior Shimano brakes, disc brakes front and rear, of course, full suspension using the Fox float system. 140mm of travel both in the shock and the front forks. It's a aluminium frame, and it's got the dropper post on it as well, so you can sort of set the height and then it sort of drops down. You've got a lever at the front here that you can click on, and that'll raise the post again once you've dropped it. And there's the Dior shifters at the front with the hydraulic brakes, high power brake line as well. We've got air front suspension to say 140mm of travel. Now I'm taking a loan of this bike at the moment. It's unfortunately to say I can't say it's mine, but geez, I've had a loan for it for the weekend. Thank you to Try Bikes in Limerick. They've been very kind, and I think they're going to put this up as a demo model once I've given it a good ride, and I certainly did that yesterday. Did 40k on it, and on one of the mountain bike tracks around here in a place called Ballyhora. Very impressive, totally different riding to my usual hardtail. It's the Giant, also the Talon 2, and I've had a lot of fun on that as well. But this is a totally different beast altogether. Just blew me away. First impressions. I mean, the front is so light, it almost wanted to take itself around the corners. Brakes are fantastic, one finger braking on this, so they're very impressive, very impressive. Gears are solid, and there was no problem with any gear changes. Uphills was good. Didn't really notice much difference, to be quite honest, with the suspension. I locked it out, so it was solid at the back, so that was fine. You have got a lockout here. Got your lockout, so that's sort of intermediate, and you've got locked, no, that's on, and then you've got your lock. Now, one thing that I did find, I noticed a couple of the uphills, it was getting a bit spongy, and the lever is a bit floppy. It's not as positive in that position, and I was finding that it wasn't getting a complete lockout. So it wouldn't stay, it would sort of flop down, and it would obviously allow some oil or whatever it is in here, which meant basically that it was a bit spongy on the uphills. So first ride on a brand new bike, the lockout on the rear shock not exactly working. The dropper post as well, I noticed a few times it wouldn't come up automatically. I sort of had to sort of pull it up myself. Whether that was just dirt getting onto the tube or something, maybe it was something like that, but it wasn't as smooth after a while as I had expected. Now, this comes with these crappy plastic pedals, and as you can see, I whacked it a few times and managed to break that, but these are terrible, absolutely terrible. I mean, considering what the rest of the bike and the quality of the rest of the bike, why they go and stick these crappy plastic pedals on. So if it was my bike, that would be the first thing that I'd change. is get some decent pedals on there or some clip-ons. You got the crank here. It's I think it must be longer or something, or maybe it's because of the suspension. But I was whacking at this, places where I would usually be able to cycle no problem, pedaling over rocks and stuff. I was finding that I was hitting the pedals off the rocks and the trail on this, so I had to adopt my riding style accordingly. So a different beast, like I said, to ride totally. Thoroughly enjoyable. I mean, the uphills, as I said, with the lockout and on the front and back. Got the lockout here, front suspension on the front forks. It makes it a pleasure to ride. No problems uphill. Didn't really find the difference between my hardtail and this, to be quite honest. The only difference being is on some of the more twisted sections, slow riding, the front was very responsive. So much more so than the other bike, so I was finding I was having to concentrate a little bit more. Downhill, fantastic, flew a lot faster. Obviously the bumps, what bumps, really did soak up the bumps. The suspension is superb, whatever system Fox are using on this, the performance float system, it's amazing. I mean, I hardly felt a lot of the bumps, and I'd be shaken to bits with my hardtail, and this was just superb, so smooth. Downhills, like I said, a lot faster, cornering, a lot more confidence in cornering. I was finding that initially where I'd brake on the other Giant, before going into the corner, I was sort of doing the same with this because I wasn't used to it, and then finding, oh geez, I didn't really need to brake at all. So after a few rides I get more confident with it, and I'm sure it's just going to fly around the corners. It's so much more responsive. The suspension is gluing it to the track, to the trails and everything, just superb. It came with these Schwalbe knobby nicks, and they're okay. They're good tyres. Not a problem at all. It didn't slip out on me. Like I said, I mean, it's the first time that I rode it yesterday, so I was getting used to it. Some of the downhills I let it go after I got a bit more confidence, but wow. So first review of this bike is amazing, and thank you Tri Bikes for giving me the loan of it over the weekend. Absolutely superb. I can't get over it. It's like a kid in a sweet shop. It's a lot of bike. Very impressive. We're going out again today, probably on a shorter ride, so I get a bit more sort of use of it as well, and be going back to the shop probably next week. Brilliant. Thank you very much, YouTube. Thank you.